You are looking live at the 2025 HBCU Welcome Home Tournament live here in Orlando, Florida, where we're getting ready to crown a champion. Somebody will get an opportunity to earn a free entry into the 2025 TBT, which is the basketball tournament, which will be held this summer, July 18th to August 3rd, starting in Louisville, Kentucky. Two schools, actually two groups of teams representing two HBCUs. You have the Mad Cats, who will be representing Florida Memorial University, and Nashville Finest, who will be representing Tennessee State University. I'm Brian Fulford, and joining me on the broadcast today will be Coach Tony Shields. And joining us right now as we're getting ready for the tip-off is the executive director and founder, Coach Stanley Cromartie. Coach, well, it's Championship Sunday. Coach, how you feeling this afternoon?
Championship Sunday, I'm great. We're to the point where we're going to crown one of these two teams a bid to go to the TBT tournament, and they will be part of the Louisville. We know what region. They'll be part of the Louisville region.
Right. So people who aren't familiar with the TBT, this will be year number 11, I believe, correct?
Yes,
year
sir.
Number 11, 64 teams playing across 8 regions. Now, you've had a chance to be a part of this as a coach, and you've experienced this. For someone who's not familiar with the TBT, what is this tournament? What is this experience like?
I think that it's summer basketball at its best, but it has a purpose, and the purpose is always for international players and alumni players to come back home and play for their respective institutions. And then you also have money ball teams, such as my son, Team DRC, and Shaquille O'Neal puts the team in it, and Roy Jones puts the team in it to compete for a grand prize. The prize this year at a TBT tournament is $1.5 million.
Woo.
And so that's a lot of money to make it over a period of just a couple weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. But here at the HBCU TBT tournament, our prize is not that big. So today we will crown the winners. We'll get $25,000 today cash, and $5,000 will go back to the HBCU schools that they're representing for men's basketball. So it's the way we're giving back to the HBCUs, and we're here, and hopefully we'll be back next year.
What was your motivation for creating this tournament?
I tell you, I'm an HBCU grad. And my son also, Dominic Rogers Cromartie, is an HBCU grad, and we know the importance of giving back. And I thought Dominique and I said, man, I got a great vision, but the purpose is we make sure HBCUs give back. We know that a lot of HBCU schools struggle when it comes down to financial obligations, but just the way we can support them, and we will do it. And so that was my vision and the whole purpose of giving back to the HBCU.
Coach Cromartie, this is, like you said, it's the final day, and we're there now. As we move forward to this game, what are you looking for? And do you have any things that you think that may happen out on the court?
Well, I say that. I mean, we got two good ball games. We got two good ball teams, and I think that it's going to be competitive. And I think that I'm looking for a good team to come out. I think that the representative for Florida Memorial, they got it all. They got size, they got good guard play, and they're coached by a veteran coach in Clyde. And I think that the TSU team that's coached by my son, Dominic Rogers Cromartie, I mean, I think they going to compete with them. So I'm looking for a good ball game and winner take all and get ready for the TBT tournament, the road to the TBT.
We, speaking of the semifinals yesterday, although your son is a football player, football alum, Black College Football Hall of Fame inductee as well, he showed his basketball coaching skills yesterday. He looked pretty good on the sideline, Coach. I wonder where he got some of those chops from.
Well, I tell you, been around all his life. So, but no, he's an athlete, and he loves basketball just as much as he loves football. But he chose to play professional football. But he ain't a bad basketball player himself. So, but no, it's fun to see him out there. Sometimes I laugh because he's very animated on the sideline. And
where did you get that from?
I think you get that from his mom.
All right. Well, Coach, any particular sponsors you want to mention that help make this possible?
I think, all sponsors. I mean, thank the City of Orlando, Parks and Rec for being our title sponsor, helping us hold this tournament on their beautiful facilities. We have the Orlando Magic. We have Commissioner Ricard Burns, Advent Health. We have Walt Disney World, Mercedes-Benz, Robert Coleman. Just It Suits Me, Greater Orlando Sports Commission with Jason Siegel, Baker Sporting Goods, Morgan and Morgan, TBH, DRC Foundation, and my nephew Isaiah Rogers Foundation. Those are our sponsors for the tournament.
Beautiful. Well, we definitely appreciate all of the sponsors that have helped make this event possible. And thank you for inviting us to be a part of it. We had 2 great games yesterday. Our second game, Coach, ended with a beautiful Elam ending. I got a feeling this is going to be a good one. I think this is going to go back and forth down the stretch. So, Coach, thank you for your time. And thank you for making this event possible and representing HBCUs the way you do. And we're looking forward to a great game.
Oh, thank you. Thank you guys for being here, and we look forward for it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Coach Stanley Cromartie. We'll be back after this break. And when we come back, we'll let you know who the starters are. And Coach Shields will give you here in just a moment. You're watching the 2025,
2025, yes.
HBCU Welcome Home Tournament right here in Orlando, Florida.
First annual.
Welcome back to the 2025 HBCU Welcome Home Tournament, live here in Orlando, Florida. Brian Fulford and Coach Tony Shields here. We have the Mad Cats, who are going to be the away team representing Florida Memorial University. They will be in the all-blue uniforms. And Nashville Finest, the home team, representing Tennessee State University in the white jerseys, red shorts. Well, Coach, let's start with some keys to the game. Let's start with the visitors first. What would you say are some keys for the Mad Cats?
Well, I think the Mad Cats, the pressure that they put on the ball will be extensive. And I think that their ball pressure creates everything for them. The next key to the game will be they have to make shots. And they've been a good shooting team, but their ball pressure will be the key. And with the team that represents the Tennessee State University,
Nashville Finest,
the Nashville Finest, the home team, they got to take care of the ball because they're going to be under tremendous pressure on the defensive end. And they got to control the tempo of the game. I think that Darius Washington has to control the tempo, and I think that Rod Perry has to get off to a great start, as well as number one, Lavarius Jeans, who was a monster the other night with offensive rebounding and also being able to make big shots.
A few statistical notes from Nashville's Finest. You mentioned Rod Perry, 19 points in the first half, 24 total. So he had a big first half, and then went kind of cold in the second half. But of course, he had the game-winning bucket in the end. So he 24 points with including the game winner. Also, Lavorius Jeans, who you mentioned, had 18 points in that game. 13 of those came in the second half. You mentioned Darius Washington. He had 10 points in the contest, the semifinal contest, 8 of those in the first half. We didn't see much of him in the second half. And then also watch out for Jarrell Lewis. Had 12 points in the contest, 8 of those coming in the second half. For the Mad Cats, they were led by Michael Forrest, who had 19 points in the game, including 3 three-point field goals. They were actually led by Antonio Hester.
Antonio Hester
had 20 points. 15 of those came in the second half. Also, watch out for Jonathan Holton, number 1. He had 12 points, and then Keith Stone, number 2, who had 10 points. Interesting note, you mentioned shooting for the Mad Cats. They made 9 three-point field goals in their semifinal contest, a game that wasn't even close. They won by like 20 points.
Yes.
Where Nashville Finest probably had a tougher contest against the Beach Boys. We're going to pause for a moment for our national anthem and then come back and introduce some of the starters.
Get that hat on.
Our officials for today will be Joe Price, Jordan Conley, and P.J. Hall.
Well, I'm really thinking that looking at defensively, I think that Nashville Finest will come out in a zone. I don't feel like they will try to match up with them because of the size and the athleticism of the Mad Cats. And I expect to see the Mad Cats to come out with pressuring the ball and a full court man-to-man defense. So those will be the transition styles of one team will be playing zone and the other team will be playing man-to-man.
The head coaches for each of these teams, for Florida Memorial, it's Clyde Darisaw, assistant coach Jimmy Hankerson. And for the Nashville Finest, it'll be Coach Dominique Rogers-Cromartie. Player coach, right. Who never knows. We might see him get in the ball game. Let's meet the starters for for the Mad Cats. For the Mad Cats in blue, it'll be Keith Stone, number 2. Number 4, Bernard Nugent. Number 5, Antonio Hester. Number 10, Brandon Davis, jumping there at center court. And number 11, Michael Forrest. The starters for Nashville Finest in the white jerseys. Number 2, Calvin Williams. Number 5, Darius Washington. Number 8, Jarrell Lewis. Number 9, Q or Quinnell Francis. And number 12, Rod Perry. We have 4 9-minute quarters. We're playing NCAA men's basketball rules. We have each team will have 3 30-second timeouts and 1 full timeout. There is a media timeout at the 4-minute mark. Opening tip controlled by the Mad Cats. That's Antonio Hester. Here comes a quick double. Hester, nearly a walk. The official is going to say it went off of Calvin Williams. We do have a shot clock as well, 30-second shot clock. So, again, playing with NCAA men's basketball rules. On the 5th foul of each quarter, all non-shooting fouls are awarded to free throws. A little bit different, though, Coach, in the Elam ending in the 4th quarter with the foul situation, correct?
Yes, correct.
Where once you're fouled in the Elam ending, it's 1 free throw, non-shooting, correct? And the ball. So sort of a deterrent from just randomly trying to foul in that kind of situation.
And the team foul still exists. You have to have 5 team fouls.
Right.
Before you get into that one shot in the ball.
Exactly. All right. So we get the shot clock straightened out, 19 seconds on it. That's Michael Forrest being guarded by Q Francis. Forrest had 19 in the previous game, uses the 2-man game, goes to the basket. No, but what a follow. Nice follow by Brandon Davis. Brandon Davis gets the first 2 points of the game for the Mad Cats.
Flush.
That's Darius Washington trying to take his man down to the low block. He's a little bit bigger and stronger than those guards who are going to be guarding him. Trying to take advantage. Jump stop into the lane. Rebound by Davis. Ball in the hands of Nugent. Bernard Nugent with the ball. Down on the block to Hester. There's that fadeaway, Coach. First one doesn't go for him.
He's perfected that shot.
He hit a few of those in yesterday's semifinal.
Yes.
Washington using the screen, being guarded tight by Williams. A nice up and under layup by Darius Washington, a local Orlando high school legend. There's that 3-point attempt that we talked about. Michael Forrest gets his first one of the game. He had 3 of them yesterday. Three-point attempt by Rod Perry in the corner. No good. Rebound by Williams. Back comes Forrest. Forrest with another 3-point attempt. No good. Rebound in the corner by Davis. Davis trying to get to the basket. What are they going to say? They call traveling. Calling traveling on Davis. So the score is Mad Cats 5. Nashville Finest 2.
For that last possession, Nashville Finest showed a 2-3 zone.
Q Francis with the ball across the half-court line. Gives it over to Washington. Washington going to try to take his man down into the block. Trying to post him up. Looking. Baseline jump shot. by Lewis, no good. Here comes Nugent. Nugent quickly into the lane. Almost a walk. Williams drives baseline, no good. Francis on the push. Across the half-court line, now sprints to the basket. To the rim. No good. Rebound by Davis. Up ahead. Hester pushing. Off the glass. No good. The tempo is fanatic right now.
Turnover.
Yep, turnover. Francis couldn't get around Brandon Davis, who did a good job of cutting him off.
I didn't think the tempo would be this fast.
So early, right. Tempo's quite fast so early. Davis in the corner for three. No good. Washington comes up with it, and he decides to walk it up the floor. Gives it over to Rod Perry. Rod Perry had 19 in the first half yesterday and did a great job of getting to the basket. Let's see if the Mad Cats take that away from him. There's Washington. There's Perry for three. No good. Rebound by Forrest. Forrest comes across the half-court line looking, and they're going to call Q Francis with that. His first, team first. 5:52 remaining in the quarter. First quarter. Again, 9-minute quarters here. Forrest used the screen. Two-man game to Hester. Drops it off to Davis, but he was unable to come up with it. So a turnover by the Mad Cats.
Well, most of the big guys don't like the ball pass at their feet, so they rather have it thrown up a little higher.
All right, so figured out what's going on here. All right, here we go. Rod Perry with the ball. And looks like Nugent's going to come pick him up here right at the half-court line. And going to the basket is Perry. 5-4 Mad Cats lead now. Cuts that three-point deficit to 1. Cal keeps Stone. There's Hester. Hester drives. That's going to be a blocking foul called on Williams. Calvin Williams, his first. And was he on the floor or was he shooting? I guess he was shooting.
Yeah.
So Antonio Hester will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So I'm noticing that our scoreboard says 3 team fouls, Coach. Did I miss one? I thought there was only 2.
I think it's 2.
Okay. Well, we'll see how.
We'll see if they. Yep.
We'll see how that's affected.
They are actually having some clock issues as well over there, so that might be what's going on.
All right. Score is 5-5. Washington. Right wing jump shot is good. Davis, baseline. Check that. That was Keith Stone driving baseline, and he gets fouled.
I think the foul was on Perry.
Was it on Perry? Yep, it was on Perry.
Well, the team fouls are piling up real fast.
They are. They are. The Mad Cats with a 7-6 lead. First free throw by Stone is no good.
That's not right.
Our score on the screen.
I put it to that, but that's not it.
Okay, a little confusion with the score.
That's what it is.
I know they're trying to work through it here. They are keeping an official score book.
They should have 8 or 9.
So
Tennessee State, they have either 8 or 9.
Second free throw is good. If we follow, I'm reporting what we're seeing on the score clock here, and obviously we're keeping the score as we go. So we'll try to have it all squared away here. Okay, the score on the clock says 8-6, although my producer tells me that is not the accurate score. But we'll try to get that squared away. Rod Perry on the short corner, flips it over to Francis, drives baseline. Jump shot, no good. Perry comes up with the rebound. Stolen away by Davis. Michael Forrest up ahead. Keith Stone kicks it over to Antonio Hester. Driving into the lane. He lost the ball, and it's going to go to Nashville Finest. 4:29 remaining in the first quarter. Our first substitutions will be coming up on the next dead ball. Again, got a media timeout coming up here at the 4-minute mark. Washington drives baseline, behind the back, step back, fade away. Off the rim, no good. Rebound by Brandon Davis. Here comes Michael Forrest, pushing. Nugent drops the ball baseline. Holmes. And there's Hester, Antonio Hester with a grown man finish. Going for the three-point play there. Looks like that foul is going to go on number 2, Calvin Williams. That's his second, team fourth. And there's that City of Orlando replay on that strong move by Antonio Hester. Coach, we talked about Hester in the pregame. Had 20 points in yesterday's semifinal win, with 15 of those coming in the second half.
Yes.
And much of them very similar to that type of play where he used his strength inside.
And he likes to get it a little bit off the block, so he got room to operate, and he beats him off the dribble, and he gets to the basket and uses his strength.
So Hester makes the free throw, and it's 11-6 lead now for the Mad Cats. Gerald Lewis across the lane, scoops it up and in for his first 2 of the contest. The substitutions that came in for the Mad Cats were number 1, Jonathan Holton. And there's a three-pointer in the corner by Brandon Davis. He got that one to fall. I mentioned Jonathan Holton coming in the ball game, as well as LaQuincy Rideau. Q Francis driving right down the middle of the lane. Kicks it out to Lewis. Lewis finds Perry for 3. No good. Rebound by Forrest. Forrest gives it over to Rideau. Drops it back to Forrest. Forrest down the lane, into the lane. Scoops up and in. And
downhill.
And there comes a timeout. Timeout called by Nashville Finest, but I think it'll be a media timeout. Here's that replay here by the City of Orlando replay. Beautiful play there and a nice finish. Let's take a break here. You're watching the 2025 HBCU Welcome Home Basketball Tournament right here in Orlando, Florida. We'll be back in just a moment.
Darius been posting everybody up, so they bringing Radu in to take the little guards off him so they can match up with his strength. Because what Darius trying to do is post everybody and then free up the shooters and stuff like that. And that seemed like that was their strategy early in the game. But I think now he's bringing in someone that physically match up with Darius. And I think that may end that.
I'll come to you and let you talk about that here.
Well, let's come on back. The name of 60 seconds. So 3, 2, and
coming out of the timeout, 16-8 lead right now for the Mad Cats. Coach, you were noting something regarding Nashville Finest and how Darius Washington is playing, or more so how the Mad Cats are defending.
Well, I think that when Washington was on the floor with the small guards with Keith Stone and Bernard Nugent, Ladarius was posting those guys up. So now they come with a bigger lineup, and they come with Keith Stone, and they come with there's
a shot attempt by Buckley, or actually that was Lewis. That was blocked by Davis, and they're going to call Hester for the turnover. Hester wanted Rideau to fade to the corner. Substitutions that came in for Nashville Finest. Ball in the hands of Lavorius Jeans right there with the ball. As well as number 7, Russ Brown. He makes that three-point attempt. No good. Also checking in, Kevin Buckley. 2:33 remaining. Ball in the hands of Michael Forrest. Forrest inside, it's stolen away. Here comes Jeans. Jeans finds Perry for three. Good. Rod Perry with his first three-pointer of the day.
The pace is really slowed down.
16-11 lead for the Mad Cats. And they're going to call Russ Brown with the reach around. Now, that'll be the team's fifth, which means that will send, let's see, will it be Hester?
Yes,
they'll send Hester to the free throw line. So
shooting two. Is that correct up there? 5 fouls to
it is 5-0. 5 team fouls committed by Nashville Finest. No team fouls committed by the Mad Cats. Hester makes the first. 17-11, the lead right now. Second free throw attempt is good. The lead is 7 for the Mad Cats. Lavorius Jeans with the ball in his hand, scored 18 in the semifinal game yesterday. And I think he had a double-double, Coach, unofficially. We weren't keeping track of rebounds, but I would tend to say he probably had about 10 in the second quarter.
Yes, at least 6 offensive rebounds.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. A little two-man game between Hester and Forrest, who gives it over to Holton around the top of the key. He'll shoot the three. No good. Front of the rim, rebound by Perry. Perry across the half-court line. Uses a little screen. He pulls from three. No good. Bouncing around. Tipped, controlled. Oh, Lewis comes up with it. Controlled by Buckley. Hands it over to Perry. 15 on the play clock. Here comes a screen by Lewis. Oh, and they're going to call Rideau with a reach in as he got his hand in the cookie jar. 1:18 to play in the quarter. Got a substitution coming in for the Mad Cats. It'll be number 12, Renaud Delph. He'll come in for Brandon Davis, who much different role for Davis. We didn't see much of him in yesterday's semifinal, but he's come in and had an impact here in the first quarter. And Delph comes in and gets a block early. Ball saved by Rideau. Here comes Hester. Skips it. Holton. Rideau. Back to Holton for three. No good. Hester inside. Tipped around. Controlled by Holt. Hester. Another offensive rebound. Hester trying to find some room. Triple team. No, they don't give it to him. Wow, what a segment there, Coach.
Yes, what a sequence. Men on the boards, but they couldn't finish. You know, they got 3 offensive rebounds and couldn't finish the play.
Kevin Buckley with the ball over to Lewis. Lewis skips it over to Russ Brown. Brown played a little two-man game, find Jeans. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Jeans being guarded tightly by Forrest. Pull up, jump shot, left elbow, no good. Back of the rim, rebound by Delph. So shot clock is off, 15 seconds to go here in the quarter.
They'll hold for the last shot here.
Rideau will take his time as he comes across. 9 seconds on the clock. 8, 7, sizing it up, looking for Forrest. He's going to go to the lane, to the bucket. Little Euro, drops it off the
nice
pass. Nice basket by Jonathan Holton, and they appropriately used the clock. Watch the replay here, Coach. Great job in the execution there. Nice job by Holton to not just lay back in the corner. He recognized his teammate going to the basket, and he went there to follow it up.
And the defender was standing watching the ball, and he back cut from the baseline to get an easy basket.
All right, the team fouls are reset. We'll head to the second quarter. The Mad Cats lead 20-11. You're watching the 2025 HBCU Welcome Home Tournament.
He had to pull Darius because Darius trying to be the star. And they had a little argument going on the bench. And that's why he took him out. You know, he wants to play his way. And they saying we can't just coach you up and then everything run through you. Because they done changed their lineup like we talked about. Now you don't have an advantage. Because with Ray Dugard, that's a man just like you.
Yeah.
And you know, he had a smaller
totally
guy.
Different than yesterday.
Yeah, but he had a smaller guy today that was guarding him. You know, they had Nugent guarding him, number 4.
Yeah.
Nugent looked.
Oh yeah, he's a strong dude.
Yeah. That dude, they took that right away.
A little distracted.
Might see him go to a zone.
Come back.
Ready for the start of the second quarter here at the 2025 HBCU Welcome Home Basketball Tournament. The Mad Cats in blue representing Florida Memorial University with a 20-11 lead over Nashville Finest representing Tennessee State University. There's a drive to the basket missed by Kevin Buckley. He comes up with the rebound, though. It's stolen away. Nope, Jean comes up with it. Double team. Finds Rod Perry. Perry skips it into the corner. Buckley into the lane. Jump shot. Soft touch. No good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Jonathan Holton. Here come the Mad Cats. Rito across the half-court line. He's going to set it up. Drives into the lane. Ooh, tough move. Shot attempt by Delwyn Graham is blocked. By Kevin Buckley. Nice defensive play. Jean's up ahead. Nearly lost it, but he controls it. And he's tightly guarded by Rito, and that's Rito's second foul.
A little unnecessary foul out there on the floor. 30 feet away from the basket.
Substitution for Nashville Finest, checking in for Jarrell Lewis.
The Bad Cats have 3 team fouls. Is it 1 or 2? 3?
One, just one.
Okay.
So Calvin Williams checked into the ball game for for Nashville Finest. He's playing with 2 fouls. Of course, in this tournament, you get 6. So unlike, high school,
NBA,
or I was going to say unlike college and high school, right, where you only get 5, you get 6. Rod Perry, that ball rolls around, and Calvin Williams comes up with it. Oh, and they're going to call
offensive foul.
With a push from behind by Calvin Williams. That is his 3rd personal foul. 3rd personal foul. So each team now has 1 in the quarter. Keith Stone gives it over to Rito. Rito uses a screen from Graham. Graham on the left wing. He pulls for 3. Good. Delwyn Graham. 23-11, largest lead of the game for the Mad Cats, up double digits, as they were much of yesterday's semifinal as well. Ball stolen away. And there's a layup by Bernard Nugent. Basket interference, count the basket.
I would think it's time for a timeout.
25-11. Got a pair of substitutions about to come in here for Nashville Finest.
Look like Coach Dominic Rogers-Cromartie is coming in.
Darius Washington checking in, as well as player coach Dominic Rogers-Cromartie. We didn't see him play yesterday.
Nope.
But looks like
the game is getting away from him.
Yeah, getting away. It's a 14-point game right now. So they're going with a 3-guard lineup. It looks like Nashville Finest. Let's see if they can counter and create a little separation here. Rod Perry walks it across the half-court line, picks up a screen by Williams. Into the lane, gives it to Williams. Williams driving left. And they're going to call Holton, Jonathan Holton, with the foul. That's his first, team's second. Calvin Williams at the free throw line shooting 2. 6:57 remaining in the first half. One of the things, Coach, that impressed me about the Mad Cats was their ability to play inside and out. And this is really a well put together team in terms of their depth and abilities. They create a lot of mismatches if you don't have a good balance on your team.
That is true. And the coach told us yesterday the team has only been together this week, and that says a lot about their tenacity and their IQ about basketball.
And he did mention that they know each other. So even though that they haven't been together, and there's a little 2-man game, a lob at the rim. Unable to finish that was Keith Stone, but he steals it back. Goes to the basket. Reverse layup. And Keith Stone makes up for the miss. And the lead remains at 14, 27-13. Perry, here comes a quick double. Gets it across half court to Williams. And they were trying to find a guard there, but it's stolen away. Here come the Mad Cats. Skip across the Rito. And he is fouled by
Roger
Cromartie.
The ball pressure by the Mad Cats is really causing a lot of problems here for the Nashville Finest.
As we are here, of course, we're watching the basketball game going on. There's also some baseball championships.
Keith Stone down on the low block. There's a three-point by Rito. He missed that one. Rebound by Rogers Cromartie. Washington with the ball. Washington, right wing, dances around with it, guarded tightly, trying to use the two-man game, gets to the rim. It's blocked. Oh, and they're going to say Jonathan Holton commits the foul at the rim.
Nashville Finest, their entire game now is becoming one-on-one. I don't think they can, with the Mad Cats, you got to move that ball and you got to play as a team. So they got to get the ball movement and get player movement.
Washington at the free throw line makes the first. Subbing in now for Nashville Finest is Zach Johnson. He will come in for Rogers Cromartie. Second free throw attempt is good. (27-15) lead for the Mad Cats in blue. Keith Stone. Turn around. Goes into the lane. Nope. Drops it off to Graham. Graham gives it back to Stone. He's in the lane. Turn around. Fadeaway jump shot. No good. Rebound by Rod Perry. Perry up ahead to Buckley. And they're going to call a foul. Let's see. They're going to call a reach there. I think that's going to be on Bernard Nugent. It is called on Nugent. That'll be his first. .5:20 remaining in the quarter. Team fouls by Nashville, or check that, by the Mad Cats. That is their fourth team foul. A little bit different than the last quarter where it was the Mad Cats who picked up the fouls early. Ball thrown into the post, and there's a foul. Foul called on Bernard Nugent.
Two shots now. And
that'll be the fifth team foul, which will now send Nashville Finest to the free throw line. So for the rest of this quarter, this is their unique opportunity to get back in this ball game.
Yes, with 5 minutes to go, 12 seconds, shooting two every time. They need to go to the basket every time they get the ball.
First free throw attempt by Kevin Buckley is good. Back into the ball game for Nashville Finest, Zach Johnson. Missed that free throw. And here is Forrest. Drops it inside. Oh, a big-time reflection. Oh, and a foul call. Well, we thought that was a big-time rejection by Calvin Williams, but the baseline official said there was body. Watch the replay here. You tell me, Coach.
I think he hit him on the wrist. Going up.
So Calvin Williams picks up his fourth team foul. And he is not pleased with that at all. And and you gotta keep your composure here. It's still a second half to play. So at the line is Antonio Hester. Hester misses the first one.
You really don't want to pick up a technical here now.
Still a lot of discussion going on right now. They're going to wipe the ball off. Score is 27-16, 5:04 remaining in the second quarter. Hester shooting the second. So one free throw here for Hester. And that one is good. 28-16 lead. The lead is 12. Rod Perry comes across. He's on the right side, driving left into the lane. Pull-up jump shot is good. Rod Perry. 10-point lead for the Mad Cats. Rito inside the Stone to the basket, avoids the defender, Keith Stone. Puts the lead back to 12. 30-18 lead. 4:30 remaining in the second quarter. TV timeout or media timeout coming up at the 4-minute mark. Dancing around is Buckley. Goes left, reverse, no good. Oh, and a late foul call. They're going to call that, I believe, on Jonathan Holton. That'll be Holton's third personal. Got him on the arm, according to the official. And they're already in the bonus. So at the free throw line is Kevin Buckley. Savvy move by Buckley going to the rim because he was going left and he used his right where most players might have used their left, but by the fact that he used his right, actually drew the foul.
Yeah, stepping away from his body, from the shot blocker.
Makes that first free throw. Brandon Davis comes back into the ball game for Jonathan Holton.
He put the wrong score on the wrong side. Oh, wait. I did the same. Oh, no.
30-19. That one is missed. Michael Forrest with the ball. Goes left off the screen from Hester. He's doubled off the screen. Stone thought about the three. Dances with it. Spin move. Kicks it to the corner for three-point attempt by Davis. Rebound by Buckley. Hands it over to Washington. Behind the back to Buckley. Into the corner. Throws it away. Just a little too hot to handle right there. Well, 3:50. Oh, and they're going to say it was a deflection. So off the deflection, it'll remain on that end of the floor. Now, we should have a media timeout here. 3:59 we do. So we have a media timeout with 3:59 to play in the second quarter. Nashville Finest with a 30-19 lead. We'll step away for a short moment. You're watching the 2025 HBCU Welcome Home Basketball Tournament right here on the Black College Sports Network. Three-run homer in the bottom of the ninth inning is a heart attack. Absolutely sick. And what's bad is we committed an error. The shortstop committed an error that would have made 2 outs and left the runner on first instead with 2 outs. Now, I guess it didn't matter because he still threw a pitch. But still, you'd have been 1 out closer. Who knows?
7-3 in the bottom of the seventh inning. Damn, you Cookman games. Who won the softball? Is the score correct now? Oh, okay.
Welcome back to the HBCU Welcome Home Basketball Tournament here, where a winner here in this game will get an automatic berth into the basketball tournament, the TBT.
And a chance to win $1.5 million.
And a chance to win 1.5. I'm sorry, go ahead,
And
Coach.
they will also be representing the tournament that we're having here going on. They will be listed as the HBCU Welcome Home team.
Right. And, of course, the winning team here today, there's a $25,000 cash prize. $5,000 of that will go to either the Tennessee State University men's basketball program or the Florida Memorial University men's basketball program here. And the players will divvy up the other remaining money, which is one of the nice perks of the TBT. If you can survive and make it through that 64-team field, you and your teammates can walk home with $1.5 million.
Big smile on your face.
Big smile on your face. Ball in the hands of Stone, skips it over to Rito, who drops the three. No good, nothing but air. Goes out of bounds.
Well, that's not Redo's game, and he knows it, so he understands that three was not in his best interest.
It was open, Coach. You know, sometimes you got to shoot the ones that are open, right? At least that's what the players say. I know you as a coach disagree.
That's what the defense wants you to do. Let him shoot.
Rod Perry, nice move, goes left, blocked by Davis.
What a great block.
Stone on the right sideline into the corner for Forrest to three. Now that's the guy who you want shooting those threes.
Yes. Thank you.
Michael Forrest pushes the lead back up to 14, 33-19. Kevin Buckley on the left wing. He'll shoot the three. Backer, nothing but air. Rebound by Stone. Hands it over to Rito. Into the lane. Little floater. No good. Rebound by Buckley. Goes out of bounds. It'll go to Nashville Finest. Substitutions coming in for Nashville Finest. Laborious Jeans. He'll check in for Buckley.
Nashville's Finest is pretty small out there. It looked like they got three guards out there.
Well, they got four shooters on the floor, so maybe they can get back into this game from around the arc. Washington with the ball finds Perry. He shoots the three. And there we go.
Yep, you're right.
Strategy works. Play a little 4 out. Try to see if you can get back in this game by hitting some threes.
Well, let's see could they defend them.
That's going to be the challenge now because the Mad Cats are bigger. Oh, Stone. And his ball is stolen by Redo. Throws it at the rim. No good. Gets an offensive rebound. 3-point attempt by Forrest is good. And the lead is 16, 38-22. That was a big sequence right there. Perry, cutting back door, was Zach Johnson. A turnover ends up going to the Mad Cats. Substitution back into the game for Nashville's Finest. Russ Brown checks in for Zach Johnson. And right now, Coach, I would say Nashville Finest just look a little out of sync.
Yes.
Little two-man game from Forrest to Hester. Stolen away. Here comes Brown. Brown kicks it over to Perry. No double call. Brown will shoot the three. No good. Rebound by Stone. Redo up ahead to Hester. Hester drops it off to Davis. And right now, you can see the execution and the big difference, Coach. You can see one team, guys who know each other, and the other team who maybe don't. Stolen away by Davis with the full court pressure. Stone drops it off to Rito, gives it back to Stone. Up and under, basket good. Keith Stone, the lead is 20.
I think they need a timeout, then they're not taking
42-22. There's a double. Washington splits it, loses the ball home, but they say there's a foul call. LaQuincy Rito
might be his third.
His third. And that'll send Darius Washington to the free throw line to shoot 2. As we watch that sequence by the Mad Cats. Interesting that they're picking up full court pressing, and then you have the big man, Davis, who recognized that ball in the air, went for the steal, comes up with it. And you end up with numbers, 4-on-2. Washington makes the first free throw. 42.5 seconds remaining in the half. Second free throw attempt is good. Back comes Rito quickly across the half-court line. And
shot clock and game clock situation.
Okay. Sideline inbound by LaQuincy Rito. Gives it over to Michael Forrest, guarded by Lavorius Jeans. Uses a screen. He'll pull up for 3. No good. Front of the rim. Rebound by Jeans. Picks the dribble up. Gives it over to Washington. Jarrell Lewis gives it back to Washington. Washington being guarded by Keith Stone on the right wing. Little two-man game. Washington pulls up for 3. Back of the rim. No good. Nice tip followed by Russ Brown. Here come the Mad Cats. Rito pushing behind the back into the lane. Decides to come back out with it. He finds Forrest. Forrest will shoot the 3. Good! At the buzzer. Michael Forrest knocks the 3 down. And at the half, the Mad Cats 45. Nashville Finest 26. Well, Coach, what's your analysis and your thoughts as you watch this first half play out?
I never would have thought this game would have got away like this. But when you watch the contrasting styles, one team that, like you say, they're moving the ball, they're taking advantage of the mismatches, they're getting the ball inside, and they're going to the guys who really can shoot the threes. And then when you look at the Nashville Finest, it's becoming a game where they're getting a little frustrated on offense. Their spacing is very, very poor, and they're playing a one-on-one game. So, and the Mad Cats are too good defensively for them to just come down one pass, one dribble, and try to get back in the game. I think that if the best thing I thought early in the game, if they went to the zone defense and maybe shaded the shooters and keep the ball from getting inside and them on the offensive boards. But I don't think it's gotten away yet. I think the Nashville Finest has a scrappy team, and I don't think they'll be giving up.
All right, the 2025 HBCU Welcome Home Tournament is brought to you by the City of Orlando, the Orlando Magic, City of Orlando District 8 Commissioner Bakari Burns, Advent Health, Disney, Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando, Robert Coleman, It Suits Me, Clothiers, Greater Orlando Sports Commission, Baker's Sports, Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm, TBH Sports, the Dominic Rogers Cromartie Foundation, and the Isaiah Rogers Foundation. We'll come back with a few statistics, and maybe Coach Shields will give you his keys to the second half and tell you how the Nashville Finest can cut this deficit and get back in this ball game. We'll be back after this break.
How much does Michael Forrest have? How many points? He got at least 4 threes on it.
Yeah, I was going to go over and try to see how many points they got.
Michael Forrest is, and what's the Elster? Michael Forrest and Elster has been unstoppable. I think they got at least 25 to 30 of those. Elster and let me go see. They can dominate the game.
What's his name? I recognize him. Oh, that's right. That's why I remember. That's right. I remember him. He was. That's right. I know him. That's why I remember him. Yep, he was at Spearoff. I used to work their camps. That's why I remember him.
Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham Southern. Okay. They dropped their program.
Birmingham Southern did?
They lived there 120 years.
It's crazy.
School had a lot of money. They mismanaged the money. They had to go into the foundation. They closed the school down. How many white schools closed down?
More than what we be told about.
Yeah, that's true. They all get on our mismanagement. This time HBCU. They on our head.
Right.
Front page news.
See, y'all baseball coach supposed to be Florida State coach. He's earmarked to be the head coach.
And he used to
When they gave it to his son. And then his son got fired.
He was a pitching coach for like 18, 15 years. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. No, he was with them right there. Yeah. And then
It's time to give a job.
all them years when they didn't make it in the College World Series, they blamed him. And then so they forced him to make that change. I don't think Hauser would have. I don't think not Hauser, but what's the guy? The legendary coach, not Hauser, but the other guy. He would have kept Shoop on, but I think they made him fire Shoop. So we got lucky, and so he ended up coming over to FAM.
I thought we got a good one. On his own, starting raising money, they helped. They did the field, they upgraded, dugout, they did the clubhouse, they did a lot of things.
Who did?
FAMU and the baseball club, all the former baseball players. They came back, they put money.
We're still really behind over there.
I know it's the baseball facility, but it's a damn whole lot better, boy.
Than what it used to be. Okay.
Hell yeah. Now the softball complex is unbelievable. They got the sports turf and everything.
Yeah, they were supposed the same time that they did the softball, they were supposed to do the baseball, but that's when we had some issues with the AD and some money. And
baseball stadium city owned. City owned that or family owned?
It should be FAMU owns it.
Right next to the rec center. I know family owned.
Yeah. All right, 1 minute mark. We'll come back here with second half keys.
This might be a round because they're gonna continue to play selfish and one-on-one.
Well, we will.
The team shit.
We'll see.
Oh, I know.
You gotta put the combination going.
You are looking live at the 2025 HBCU Welcome Home Basketball Tournament. Brian Fulford and Coach Tony Shields here, and we're getting ready for the start of the second half. The Mad Cats with a 45-26 lead. All right, Coach, how does Nashville's finest get back in this game down 19 points.
Well, I think shot selections, that's one thing. And taking care of the ball. They got a lot of turnovers. I would think right now they have at least 12 turnovers. And turnovers has led to baskets too. Also, I think that they got to play together as a team. And I don't know if they can pressure the ball and force turnovers, but I think they got to get on the glass, limit them to one shot, and then they got to get the ball to the shooters that really makes them go. I think Lavarius Jones has to get the ball and touch the ball, and I think you got to find ways to get Rod Perry shots. And if they do those things, I think they can slowly get back in the game. And it can't be we got to go one pass and one shot. It's got to be ball movement, and it's got to be just take your time and play together as a unit.
Well, in terms of fouls, they're only each player gets 6 fouls in the contest. Calvin Williams for Nashville's Finest he has committed 4 fouls, and he will come in and start the second half. For the Mad Cats, Jonathan Holton and LaQuincy Rideau, who both of those 2 young men came off the bench, they have 3 team fouls. Bernard Nugent has 2.
Yes.
So as we begin the second half, we'll change direction. The Mad Cats, who are in all blue, representing Florida Memorial University, and Nashville's Finest, representing Tennessee State University, in the white jerseys, red shorts. In terms of first half points, and there's a foul on the basket. That one's going to be called on Jarrell Lewis, his first. In the first half for the Mad Cats, Michael Forrest has made 3 3-point field goals, 9 points. Antonio Hester has 8. Leading scorer for Nashville Finest is Rod Perry with 10. First free throw by Keystone was missed. Second one's good. Lead is back to 20. Q Francis gives it over to Washington, kicks it to Perry. He'll shoot the 3, top of the key. No good, and loose ball foul. And I think that one's going to be called on Michael Forrest. So Michael Forrest gets called for the loose ball foul. It'll stay Nashville Finest ball. Q Francis with the ball in the corner, guarded by Forrest. Gives it over to Washington. Washington will use the screen. Pull up 3-pointer. No good. Rebound by Keith Stone. Stone drops it off to Bernard Nugent. Nugent into the lane. Lob. Dunk by Brandon Davis. Brandon Davis had a great first quarter, I thought, Coach.
Yes.
Really used his length on both ends of the floor.
And he made a couple of threes in the corner, too.
3-pointer is good by Washington, being guarded by Keith Stone. And down, man down.
Yes.
Antonio Hester comes across, hands it over to Forrest. Forrest gives it back to Hester.
Nice.
Under the basket. Unable to finish that. Rod Perry with the rebound. Perry across the half-court line. Uses the screen, right wing. Gives it over to Washington. Washington going to play 2-man game with Williams. They double the ball. Deflected by Davis. And just as I was talking about it, Coach, that impact 2-on-1 break.
Yes.
Oh, they go deep back to Forrest for 3. Boom!
That's the 4th 3 of the game.
And here's that quick pressure by Nugent guarding Francis. Oh, and they're going to they call Nugent with a blocking foul. So that is now his 3rd personal foul.
One thing about the Mad Cats, they will not relinquish that pressure. They're going to continue to pressure the ball no matter what the score is.
Substitution now for Nashville Finest. Lavorius Jeans checks in for Q Francis. 51-29. Lead is 22. Lewis into the lane. Has it stolen. Hester up ahead to Bernard. Easy layup.
Nobody back on defense.
And
They need a
Nashville
timeout.
Finest will call a quick timeout. Not the strategy, not the way you wanted to start this quarter. Well, 53-29, the lead is 24. We'll step away for a short break. You're watching the 2025 HBCU Welcome Home Tournament right here on the Black College Sports Network.
Jarrell Lewis don't have a basket at all. He was a beast yesterday. Let's give them 8. I mean, that's awful how they playing. You got to sit there. Honestly, you got to sit, watch them down. You can't give you. You can't make threes. You can't get to the basket and beat them. You need to go to the yard guy with the legs. And defensively, he's not cooking anymore. They got what's calling his Gardner, Keith Stone.
Back from timeout, and it'll be the Mad Cats putting full court pressure on the ball. And this is one of the things, Coach, that has really benefited them is their ability to pick up, not laying off, even though they're up 24 points, not laying off at all.
But the bigs can really move their feet. So you see big guys out there guarding, that's something special.
Jeans nearly turned it over. Pivots out of it, still trapping, still pressing. Being guarded by Michael Forrest. Washington with the ball, and he is fouled.
I really think that possession, they missed the 10-second call.
As a coach, is there anything that you can do from a coaching standpoint in terms of talking to the officials or just anything to kind of counter the pressure at this point? Nice basket by Jarrell Lewis.
I really think they guard without fouling, to be honest. And I don't think it has anything to do with, the ball pressure and they hack it and they hidden, but right now they need spacing and they got to get players in the middle of the floor so they can release the pressure and then they can attack from there.
There's a steal by Jeans. Pushing.
They got back well on defense, all 5 guys.
That's a great point. I noticed that as well. Washington being guarded by Stone. Behind the back. Step back. Got him on the air. Gives it over to Perry. Perry drives baseline. Stuck on the short corner. Trying to power his way into the lane.
Still one-on-one.
Gives it to Williams. Williams drops it out to Lewis. Perry steps back. Pull-up jump shot is good. Rod Perry, smooth shot. Wasn't quite sure how that possession was going to turn out there, Coach, but they get a basket out of it.
Ball stayed on one side of the floor the entire possession.
Michael Forrest being guarded by Laborious Jeans. Trying to keep him left. Gives it back to him. Forrest driving into the lane. Now wide open Bernard Nugent for 3. Good! Not sure they counted on Bernard Nugent being able to knock that down, but when you're that wide open, you got to knock it down, don't you?
Yep, just taking candy from a baby, you leave them that open.
56-33. Perry.
They're going to double the ball.
That's what it looks like. Looks like they've been doubling the screens. Perry, spin move into the lane, gives it over to Williams. Williams, little floater. Calvin Williams with the basket.
It's good basketball.
Antonio Hester keeps it, being guarded by Jarrell Lewis. He goes into the lane with a dunk. Oh, he missed the dunk. Rebound by Lewis. Washington gives it up to Perry. Perry back to Washington. Washington. 3-point attempt. Good. (56-38). 4:35 to play. Forrest using the screen. Being guarded tightly by Jeans. They double the screen. Gives it to Hester. Hester into the corner. Skips to Stone. Stone into the lane. Davis in the corner. Finds Forrest. Forrest. Ooh, nice move by Forrest. Bounces around and in.
Great ball movement that possession. It was six passes before they even drove to the basket.
And that's got to tire out a team that, we mentioned, Coach, we haven't seen Nashville Finest play a lot of zone, even though they did that yesterday's game.
Yes.
Rod Perry with the ball, driving left. Drew the contact and going to call Brandon Davis with that foul. And I think that'll give us an opportunity to go to a media timeout with 3:54 to play in the third quarter. We'll see if we So I guess we're going to shoot the free throws, or it's going to be after
one free throw, maybe.
Okay. Perry's first free throw, no good. Surprising, Perry was nearly perfect at the free throw line yesterday in the semifinal.
He struggled. I think he's exhausted a little because the pressure, and they double him every time he gets the ball. So he's not haven't had a lot of clean looks today.
Substitutions for the Mad Cats. Jonathan Holton checks in for Antonio Hester, and LaQuincy Redo checks in the game as well. Second free throw attempt by Perry is good. I guess no media timeout, so we keep playing.
Yep, keep playing. Roger Scramati has checked in the game for Darius Washington.
All right, good catch. Redo on the right side, guarded by Jeans, dances around with it. Ooh, might have been a double there. Poked away by Jeans, picked up by Rogers Cromartie. Jarrell Lewis on the left side, into the lane. Gives it over to Perry. He'll shoot the three. No foul called. Ball bounced off of Williams' head, rebounded. Here comes Holton. Easy dunk there. And the bench for Nashville's finest wanted a foul called on that three-point shot by Perry. Oh, and there's an offensive foul. That is going to be Calvin Williams' fifth personal foul as he called for a little over-aggressive screen. So we have a timeout here. Timeout called on the floor. We'll step away as Nashville's finest coach not happy with that previous call. So we'll step away. 3:09 to play in the second quarter. 60-39 is our score. You're watching the 2025 HBCU Welcome Home Tournament.
Wow. I didn't think this game would be like this. This is awful.
Let's go, Pacers. Back to live action here. And driving to the bucket is Redo. Gives it over to Keith Stone. Pull-up jump shot on the right elbow is good.
For a big guy, he has good ball skills, and he's smooth.
62-39 lead for the Mad Cats. Rod Perry being guarded by Jonathan Holton. Perry driving to the lane. Holton blocks it. Oh, and they're going to call a foul on Holton. That is his fourth personal foul. And you spoke on this earlier, the ability of the bigs for the Mad Cats to be able to guard the perimeter. That was a perfect example. Holton, I would estimate, is probably about 6'8",
yes.
Guarding Perry, who's probably about 6'3".
Yes. And he stayed in front of him, and he almost came away with a clean block.
Uh-huh. Perry makes that free throw.
When they can put three big guys out on the floor and defend, and all three of them can move those puppies, it makes a big difference in the game. And all three of them can put the ball on the floor and get to the basket.
Second free throw is good, 62-41. Nashville's finest needing some stops here. 2:35 left to play in the third quarter. Redo kicks it in the corner to Holton. No good. Rebound by Perry. Perry across the half-court line. Picks up a screen from Rogers Cromartie. On the right side, Perry pulls up, right elbow, good. (62-43). Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. Redo pulls up for three. In and out. Perry with a rebound. Perry trying to work off a screen. Deep shot. Front of the rim, no good. Tipped out. Controlled by Lewis. There's a three-point attempt by Brown. No good. Rebound by Forrest. Across the half-court line. They tried to triple team him. They forced the steal. Rogers Cromartie with the easy layup. So that time Nashville was able to get a turnover off of a triple team, essentially.
Yes.
62-45. Stone in the corner. Brandon Davis for three. No good. Oh, nice rebound by Redo. Into the lane, and he is fouled. Russ Brown, I think they'll get that on the floor. They call that on Russ Brown. That is his second. Committed on the floor, so it'll be an inbound underneath for the Mad Cats. Checking back into the game is Antonio Hester for Brandon Davis. 1 minute and 3 left.
Are we shooting?
Well, we are shooting, apparently. Well, I don't know. No, we're not shooting. Okay, so a little confusion there. It's Nashville who have committed – no, correction. The Mad Cats have committed 5 fouls in the quarter. Just the second team foul. Checked it, the third team foul for Nashville Finest. Redo gives it over to Holton. Holton to Hester. He steps back for three. It's good. Three-pointer. Big-time shot by Antonio Hester.
Yes. He's a shot maker.
Inside, outside. Young man is playing. Correction, that was Delwyn Graham. Apologies. Delwyn Graham on the basket. That attempt by Russ Brown is blocked out of bounds by Jonathan Holton. The lead is 20. I thought for a second, Coach, he was going to get to maybe 15, but that three by Graham pushes it back to 20 with 31.1 left. Brown, pull up. Jump shot, no good. Rebound by Rogers Cromartie. Swings it to Perry. Perry shoots the three. Back of the rim, no good. Skying for that rebound was Graham. It's stolen away by Cromartie. Jeans for three. Good.
Well, there's no quitting in the Nashville Finest. They're still playing hard.
8 seconds, 7 seconds. Let's see if they can get a shot off here. Graham across half court. 2 seconds, 1 second. He's doubled. No foul called. Bodies on the floor. No foul called. And so at the end of three, the Mad Cats 65. Nashville's Finest 48. We go to the final quarter, Coach. 9 minutes, but it's not a true 9 minutes.
5 minutes.
As once we get to the 4-minute mark, we will find out the target score via the Elam ending. Let's step away for a short break. You're watching the 2025 HBCU Welcome Home Tournament live from Orlando, Florida.
Feel good. Physicality picking up now. Clean it up.
It's time for the fourth quarter. 65-48 lead for the Mad Cats. At the 4-minute mark, we have Elam ending rules. So at the stoppage at the 4-minute mark, the game clock stops, and the team with the highest score, we will add 8 points from that mark, and that will be the target score. So the first team to score that will win the game. obviously for Nashville Finest, they've got to find a way to cut this deficit so that they're not trying to, or that they don't have to score 28 plus points in order to win this game. Stone to the lane, and he's fouled somewhere around the free throw line.
And another thing with the Elam rule is that the time clock doesn't matter. It's just the shot clock, because if it takes them 20 minutes of playing time just to get to the target score, the game will continue.
Foul called on Russ Brown of Nashville Finest. They're going to say that Stone was going to the basket, even though that foul may have occurred around the free throw line. Should have been on the floor. Coach, that's what you say?
Yes, I think it was on the floor. But that's what the guys in the stripes get paid to do, so we got to go with their calls.
First free throw by Keith Stone is good. 8:33 left to play. And the second one bounces around and in.
What a nice player Keith Stone is.
20-point lead now, 68-48. Rod Perry across the half-court line. Here comes a screen from Rogers Cromartie. Perry on the left side by himself. Skips it over to Jeans. Three-point attempt. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound by Graham. Yeah, there was a loose ball foul there, probably on Jarrell Lewis.
Yes.
Yep. Called on Jarrell Lewis. That's his second, team second in the quarter.
Looks like Nashville's finest strategy is to get a little more physical during the game, and it may work against them with fouls.
Well, no better time than the present. Down by 20. Got to do something different.
That's a must.
Keith Stone with the ball on the left side. He'll pull up for three. Good.
He's
no conscience. Keith Stone.
He's a player.
Stone cold.
Stone cold.
71-48. Coach, you've seen this Mad Cats team. We saw a blowout in their first game semifinal. You saw a blowout in the first game as well.
Yes. Very well on machine here.
Perry for three. In and out. Rebound controlled by Rito. Ball in the hands of Michael Forrest, being guarded tightly as he comes across the half-court line. Here comes a screen. Let's see if they don't try to double it. Forrest into the lane. Catches a body there by Lavorius Jeans, and that'll send Forrest to the free throw line.
Forrest misses the first. Lining up for his second one.
Missed both of them. Surprising, yeah.
Wow.
All right.
He's been on fire.
Jeans dribbles left off the screen. Gives it over to Rogers Cromartie. Being guarded tightly. Mad Cats have not let up at all defensively. Still guarding within arm's length. Putting pressure on the ball. Well, it's shot clock violation because I'm looking at it. It never moved from 30. So.
Well, looking out on the court, I'm seeing the guys not want to run into Rogers Cromartie screens.
No.
They're holding before they get to the screen. They kind of pull up and go around.
That's where you need somebody to yell, screen right, screen left, something. Call that one out,
please.
Please
protect me.
All right, so let's see where they set the shot clock at. Probably about 10 seconds ran off, maybe a little more.
Not 15.
Well, they've also got so the game clock moves down to 7:10. Shot clock is now at 15. Three-pointer in the corner by Russ Brown. Controlled by Forrest. He's doubled in the corner. Stolen by Brown. And he's able to get that basket to fall. As we get our score adjusted, it's 71-50. Loose ball, bodies on the floor. Real physical play down here on the floor.
White ball, arrow.
They're going to call it on Michael Forrest. That's Forrest's second team foul, or second personal foul, team first. Got to get our score clock here in the gym adjusted here. Let's see, our score right now is 71-50. They're going to call for an official's timeout as they try to get the score clock figured out here or reset. Okay, looks like they got the score correct now. The team fouls, though, Coach, might not be correct because by my unofficial count, I've got 2-1. But you tell us.
It's 71-50. Let's go. You got it. Correct. Team fouls, though, we don't know if that's correct.
All right, so we got one of the officials that came over to confirm the score is correct, 71-50. But obviously they do have a book, so obviously I would always say your book is your official statistician at the end of the day.
Yeah, always have been.
Always has been and never should change.
Yeah, official score comes from the scoring table.
Even the best producers sometimes make mistakes. Not in our case.
Not
in our case.
No,
we have a
we got expert.
We got expert. We got producer director
extraordinaire.
Well said. Well said. All right, so we're still trying to figure out the game situation. We'll try to. Well, you have a book. We'll try to. So now, well, at the end of the day, the book is what the book is, right? So if the book has 70, then I guess
1 point.
That is the score.
That's the score.
So that's why you have a book, and you have a person that runs the book. So a score adjustment, it is 70-50.
We're 2:38 away from the Elam.
Well said. 6:38 to play. Again, at the 4-minute mark, we reached the Elam, and as we saw, it becomes really hard when you are down by 20 and the other team only has to score 8, which means you have to score 28.
Yes.
Driving into the lane, Russ Brown, no good. He gets his own follow, and it goes out of bounds. Goes out of bounds off Rogers Cromartie.
Like they're picking up full court pressure.
Yeah, well, they're going to try.
There's no quit in this team, though.
Nope. Rito gives it over to Delwyn Graham. Graham, guarded by Jarrell Lewis, gives it over to Forrest. Forrest guarded tightly. Going left. Here comes a double team. He finds Keith Stone. Stone into the lane. Drops it down to Graham. Graham has it swatted away. No good. Tipped back out. Rito comes up with it. 15 on the play clock. And right now, I think the Mad Cats are going to spread the floor and try to use up as much clock on every possession here. Driving to the basket, Rito misses it. Russ Brown on the break, into the lane, to the rim. No good. Rebound by Jonathan Holton. Those are the baskets that you got to have.
Yes, if you're trying to come back, you got to make that.
And right to the rim goes Jonathan Holton. Take the easy 2 points when you can get them. 72-50. Perry. Jarrell Lewis with the ball. Into the lane, left hand. High off the backboard is good. 20-point ball game. 5:10 to play. Redo walks it across the half-court line. Again, they're going to go spread, 4 corners. Use up as much of the shot clock and game clock as they can. No need to be in a rush. 10 seconds on the clock, using the screen from Holton. Dances around, 3-pointer, no good, and an offensive rebound by Graham. And those are the ones that you can't give up.
Hurt.
Yep. 15 seconds on the clock. Rideau into the lane, turns it over to Brown. Perry with the ball. He's by himself. Hesitation move to the rim. It's good. .420 to play. It's an 18-point ball game. So the next dead ball will go into the Elam ending. 4:10 to play. Stone. They're going to tell Stone to back it out because at this point, either Nashville Finest has to commit a foul or and so
the timeout.
The Mad Cats take the timeout.
Smart. They go ahead and get to the Elam now.
Get to it in. So with 3:58 to play, our target score will be 80. So the current score is 72-54. That is a tall hill to climb for Nashville's Finest.
Well, it's been done. If you look at New York Knicks and some of them NBA games.
Well said, Coach.
Well,
it has been done. I don't know if oh, look.
And those Pacers.
Coach Charbonnet coming over here, giving people a hard time.
Yes, congratulations to the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats, winners of the 2025 SWAC baseball tournament with a dramatic 3-run homer, a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th inning against my beloved FAMU Raptors.
Wildcats.
Yes, indeed. I'm happy for Coach Johnny Hernandez getting his first SWAC tournament championship. After winning the regular season in dramatic fashion, they close it out and get the double-double. So I won't say those words, but I will say congratulations.
Thank you. We accept every congratulatory.
Right. So here we go. The Elam ending, the target score is 80. 72-54 is our score. Now, Forrest inside. Oh, a missed layup there by Delwyn Graham. Up ahead to Lavorius Jeans. He'll pull up for 3. Left wing, good. Possession by possession. Ooh, and Keith Stone did not get across the half-court line. He didn't come across with both feet. So possession belongs to Nashville Finest. Substitutions in the game. It looks like it'll be Darius Washington will check in the game for Russ Brown. Again, target score is 80. 72-57 on the score. Perry to the lane. It's good. Every basket counts, and you got to defend. Delwyn Graham. Here comes the double from behind. Drops it over to Rideau. Oh, he nearly threw it away. And they're going to call Rideau with the foul. Yeah, he was trying to prevent Calvin Williams from getting to the ball, and that is his 4th personal foul. Team's 4th, I believe. Let's see. So Delwyn Graham will come out, and Bernard Nugent will check in for the Mad Cats. Our mop man will come out and kind of squeegee the floor for a minute. 3:15. Well, I say 3:15 to play, but the clock doesn't really matter.
It's the score.
It's the score that matters.
And they still got to get to 80.
Exactly. 72-59 now. Jeans, he's doubled. Perry has the ball. Being guarded tightly. Oh, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Nugent. That's Nugent's 4th personal foul. He had a foul to give. Perry with the ball. Across the half-court line. Here comes a quick screen. He'll go right side. Pull up jump shot. No good. Rebound by Rideau. It's tipped away. Controlled by Nugent. Nugent to the rim. Layup is good. 6 points away for the Mad Cats. Jeans, Euro step. Left hand finish. 74-61. Again, the target score is 80. You're not playing for the clock. The only clock that matters really is the shot clock.
Exactly.
74-61. Nugent being guarded, gives the ball over to Rido. He goes to the lane, into the corner. Holton for three. No good. Rebound by Perry. Perry, he's doubled as he comes down with it. He finds Washington. Washington. Somebody's got to cut to the basket. Got to move. Gives it over to Perry. Here comes a screen from Lewis. He goes left to the basket. Up and under. And here's so another basket. The lead is 11.
Game is not over.
Well, it's a two-possession game for the Mad Cats. That's 2 3-pointers. They just need to score buckets here. Right now, this might be the best defense we've seen from Nashville's finest. Oh, Forrest gets away with a bit of a push. No call. Redo tips it out. Holton in the corner for three. Good! Jonathan Holton with a three-pointer, and the Mad Cats are 3 points away from earning an invitation to the TBT. Washington gives it over to Perry. 77-63. Perry guarded, lost his footing. He's on the floor, and a timeout's called by Nashville finest. So they still have timeouts. We'll try to see if we can figure out what the timeout situation here is during the break. You're watching the 2025 HBCU Welcome Home Tournament live from Orlando, Florida.
Mr. Rep. Referees, officials, y'all know the timeout situation now? Okay, thank you. They just reset the clock. Team fouls is correct? You think the team fouls correct? They got to because there's no time. It's the first team to get to 80. The shot clock. The game clock don't mean anything. Right. But the shot clock, they only call the timeout. But that doesn't reset it in that scenario. Right. The shot clock is still at 17.
What's that? So 3 and 1. Okay, 3 and 1. Okay. All right, back to live action here. 77-63. The target score is 80. So we just found out that the Mad Cats have 3 timeouts remaining. Nashville Finest has 1 timeout left. Washington guarded by Stone. Step back, three-pointer by Washington. No. Jeans with the rebound. Oh, he lost the ball. Up ahead to Bernard. Nugent. Nugent gives it over to Forrest. Forrest picks up a screen. They double him. Stolen. No, he comes up with it. Holmes, and he throws it away. Nashville Finest settles down. Perry with the ball. Again, not the only clock that you're worrying about is the shot clock. Perry going right to the basket. Dips it under to Lewis off the backboard. Jarrell Lewis. Nashville's Finest, coach, they're just taking the point that they're given.
Yes.
There's a long way to go. You can't get it back in one basket, so you take what the defense gives you. Nugent to the rim. Oh, and he is fouled going to the basket by Washington. That's his first personal foul. Team fourth. Nugent still on the ground.
One team is still 15 away from 80, and the other team is 3 points from 80. So it's still a long way to go.
Well, still a long way to go. Nugent a little slow. So not really sure what his injury is, but now if he is unable to continue, be interesting to see if who will shoot the free throw. So we're going to take an official's timeout, and there's going to call over the trainers and give some medical attention to Bernard Nugent, as he is obviously in some pain on the sideline or on the baseline. So it's an official's timeout right now. We'll step away for a short moment and come back and let you know how Bernard Nugent is doing. You're watching the 2025 HBCU Welcome Home Tournament live from Orlando, Florida.
It's a knee.
Can I use this? Landed on it.
Yeah. He's up.
So who will shoot? So let's see. We'll see what happens on the free throw.
I think they get to pick.
So Nashville Finest will get a pick. Who shoot the free throw?
Not no one on the floor. They pick someone on the bench.
Okay.
Any player.
Okay.
I think that's the same rule that they have.
NCAA rules.
Yes,
so.
yes,
Okay.
get the pick.
All right, back to live action. Bernard Nugent was able to come off the floor, not able to really walk. He's on the bench. It looks to be a lower leg injury or a lower body injury. So we're playing with NCAA basketball rules. So as Coach, you were saying, I believe Nashville Finest will get a select who will shoot the free throws. I think that's how that goes, Coach.
Yes. They're selecting their own player.
Now the one thing, if the coach gets the opportunity, if the coach for Nashville Finest gets to select, I'm not sure that he wants Michael Forrest at the free throw line shooting.
No, I don't think so either.
I think that's how that would work. We'll see who he selects. Okay, so he selects Jonathan Holton to shoot the free throws. So it is a two shot foul. So everybody gets settled back into the lane. We'll see if Holton can make these free throws. He does. And says, you selected me, so I'm going to make this free throw.
We're 2 points away.
2 points away. Second free throw attempt is good.
Bounce around and went in.
Hey, you roll the dice trying to find somebody to miss. Holton comes in, makes the basket. So one basket away from winning this tournament, and we got a foul. Foul called on Antonio Hester.
Are they fouling to get the ball back?
You might as well. It doesn't hurt. Because the next foul will be the fifth, and then if it's a one shot in the ball, it's one shot in the ball. So maybe you had a foul to give, so maybe they used it.
Yes.
Perry with the ball. He's going right. Gives it to Washington in the corner. He pump fakes. Gives it back to Perry. Perry will shoot for three. No good. Rebound by Holton. Deflected out of his hand. Holton comes up with it. And this is, you got to be careful because a foul here by Nashville Finest sends him to the line. That's it. And they call a foul on Calvin Williams. And that will send Rito to the free throw line. What do you make of that call, Coach? It's right here in front of us.
It's a block.
Blocking foul.
It's a block.
That is the sixth foul by Calvin Williams, and he is disqualified from the contest. Tough spot to be in. So it's a one-shot foul and the ball. So LaQuincy Rito will have an opportunity to end the ball game here with one shot, one free throw. And he missed the free throw, but the Mad Cats still get the ball on the sideline. He missed the free throw. Wow. So the game is still alive. 1 point away. Again, the target score is 80. Keith Stone on the inbound to Michael Forrest. Forrest being guarded tightly. Uses a screen. Going left. Floater. No good. And he is fouled.
2 shots now.
Fouled by Lavorius Jeans on the shot attempt. And that'll be 2 free throws for Michael Forrest. Well, all Michael Forrest has to do is make one of these 2. And the Mad Cats, who have really been the most dominant team this entire tournament, will get the ticket to advance to the TBT. Michael Forrest shooting 2, only needs 1. And that's it.
The ball game.
And that's your ball game. Final score, Mad Cats 80, Nashville Finest 65.
Ryan, it's been a pleasure. I've had fun. It's been a great tournament, and I enjoyed broadcasting today with you. It's been a great tournament.
Appreciate it. It's been a pleasure working with you as well, Coach. The Mad Cats here representing Florida Memorial University. So $25,000 will be split. Well, actually, 20 of the $25,000 will be split by the players, and then another $5,000 will go towards the Florida Memorial University men's basketball team. So as you can see here at midcourt,
we all need to come.
All right, so coming up here is the trophy presentation. So again, the TBT will be July 18th through August 3rd, 64 teams. The Mad Cats, representing the HBCU Welcome Home Tournament, will get an automatic berth into the tournament, playing in the Louisville region. So the first thing they will do is they'll go over and put their name on the championship trophy presentation. For many people who don't remember or don't know, the tradition of teams putting their placard on a bracket board was first started back in 2014 via the TBT. And now it's something that has become a tradition at conference tournaments, in NCAA tournaments of all sports. I've seen it in softball, seen it in basketball, baseball. Anytime there is a tournament, putting your team name on the plaque or on the big bracket has sort of become a staple of collegiate athletics, and it all started with the TBT. So here we are coming to center court. You will see the executive director and founder, Stanley Cromartie, along with the other directors of the tournament at midcourt.
At this time, the tournament committee will present Coach Qualifier with the championship trophy and a check for $25,000 for the Mad Cats.
So the Mad Cats, Clyde Darasol, representing the head coach for the Mad Cats, receiving a check for $25,000. And you can see that check presentation, $25,000. And the players on this team, they will split that check of $20,000, and another $5,000 will go to Florida Memorial University. So congratulations to the Mad Cats, the big cats on the yard, the Lions representing Florida Memorial University. So this group of basketball players who, as we talked to Coach Darisaw yesterday, these guys know each other, even though they have not played together a lot prior to this. They will get an opportunity to play forward. Joining us at the table, I don't know if they have an MVP for this tournament, but one of the most impressive young men that we have seen in the last 2 days, Michael Forrest. Congratulations, young fella. Congratulations. Talk a little about this win and what it feels to come into this tournament and get out of here with the win. Well, hold on. I think they want to get another picture with you. So, we'll go ahead and let you go do that first, and then we'll come back with Michael Williams here and take a chance to talk to him here. Give him a chance to take that team photo with his teammates. And then we'll talk to Michael Forrest here. All right, joining us back at the table again, Michael Forrest. Michael, again, congratulations on the win. What's this experience been like for you?
Oh, it's been fun. Just I came back from overseas, just coming here and being able to get some good work in with my guys. That's the best feeling.
Now, tell us a little bit, first off, where you're at, where you've been playing overseas. You mentioned overseas.
Oh, I just came from Italy. I was in Italy playing.
Okay, and how many years have you been playing over there?
I've only been playing 2 years. My rookie year, I was in Switzerland. And then this past season, I was in Italy.
Okay. One of the things that, Coach Darisaw was telling us yesterday is there's a familiarity with this group,
right.
Guys who know each other. Talk a little bit about that. Even though you guys haven't practiced a lot, the familiarity, it was quite evident over the course of this tournament.
Yeah. So all the guys on our team, we've really been playing against each other for a long time. So we all kind of know everyone's tendencies, what we're good and bad at. So we're able to come together and just be a unit because we know our strengths and weaknesses. So we've just been playing together.
So talk a little bit about the strategy. What kind of things, we watched you guys play up-tempo. We watched great ball movement, the defensive pressure. Talk a little bit about all that went into that as you guys talked and tried to put it all together.
We have so many different pieces on our team. We're able to play different styles of basketball. So when we need to speed up a team that doesn't handle pressure, we can do that. When we got to slow it down, we got the bigs to do that. So it's we can play inside, outside, fast, slow. We got all the pieces.
And so for you, what's the strategy here? You guys got a couple of months before you get that automatic you get the automatic bid to go play in Louisville in the TBT. But before that, what is the next couple of months like for you and your teammates?
Getting back in the gym, just working on our game. That's it.
Well, I tell you what, if you guys look this impressive without a lot of practice time, I can't wait to watch you guys in July when you guys have had 2 months of working and playing together.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right, well, congratulations. Represent. If you want to give any shout-outs or anything while we got you here.
Oh, man, just shout out to my family, man. I love them so much.
All right, well, congratulations. Enjoyed watching you play this weekend.
Yes,
all right, good job.
Good job, baby.
All right, welcome back again, head coach Clyde Darisaw. Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, sir.
You brought it home.
Well,
what's it feel like to be able to punch that ticket and go to Louisville to play in the TBT?
First of all, it was a great opportunity for us to play in this first annual welcome home basketball tournament, and I felt like we had a good chance because of the team I had.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like we had a real good chance to win this tournament. So that's we ready to play, and we ready to go to Louisville.
Your strategy did not change from yesterday to today. I mean, we watched you yesterday. The same defensive pressure, energy. I mean, is that just who you are?
That's who these guys are. Because
okay.
I brought some gritty guys that love to play defense.
Yeah.
And every time I went in the huddle, it was 1, 2, 3 defense, nothing else.
Yeah.
Defense win championships.
Yeah.
And that's how we got it.
And there was a lot of unselfishness too. Not a lot of bickering. You guys were up a lot in various games, but even when the other team made runs, there seemed to be a great focus amongst these guys. That's got to be fun to coach when kind of makes your job a little bit easier when the guys are locked in and playing together.
Yeah, that's what it was all about. Me getting them focused and locked in. And that's what we did.
All right. So you've got almost a month and a half, 2-month window before the TBT. What kind of things are you going to look to try to do, work together, and work on over this time between now and that first game in the TBT?
Well, you got some tournaments coming up down here in Florida.
Okay.
We might end up playing in some of those tournaments together.
Okay.
But we're going to try to get in the gym and put some sets in because we didn't even put no sets in or nothing.
Okay.
We just played basketball.
Right.
You screen.
That's pretty good, just playing. You guys look good basketball. Just playing, right.
And we look like we played together.
Yes.
Like you said the other day. We look like we played together after the first game. But we only played 3 games together this weekend. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
Well, we look forward to seeing you guys are going to be a great representation for the HBCUs this tournament, as well as Florida Memorial University. Can't wait to watch you guys in July. I've already got one team I'm going to be rooting for, and that's going to be you guys, Coach. So, right. I mean, regardless of any other teams, I'm watching you guys because you guys are fun to watch.
All right. I sure appreciate it.
Yeah, congratulations again.
Thanks, sir.
Clyde Darisaw, again, head coach of the Mad Cats, the 2025 champions of the inaugural HBCU Welcome Home basketball tournament.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right.
All right. Well, we're going to close out our broadcast again. Say again, thank you to the tournament organizers and executive director and founder Coach Stanley Cromartie. And we also want to thank the city of Orlando for hosting and being a major sponsor, as well as the other sponsors who help make this event possible. The city of Orlando, the Orlando Magic, District 8 Commissioner Bakari Burns, Advent Health, Disney, Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando, Robert Coleman, It Suits Me, Greater Orlando Sports Commission, Baker Sports, Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm, TBH Sports, the Dominic Rogers Cromartie Foundation, and the Isaiah Rogers Foundation. Well, that's going to do it for my producer, director, Roy Evans, and for Coach Tony Shields. This is Brian Fulford. It's been a pleasure to be here with you, and be on the lookout for the Mad Cats in the TBT, July 18th, when the tournament starts in Louisville, Kentucky region, as they will represent the HBCU Welcome Home Tournament in the TBT. Have a great rest of your Memorial weekend. God bless, and good night now.